Wake up, FHS. We're here with an all-new edition of Flyer News. I'm Patrick Cassidy.
And I'm Alexine Bruno. On today's broadcast, reporter Colin Dowdy will fill you in on breaking news related to Donald Trump's most recent controversies.
And after that, we have information on ex-Congressman Anthony Weiner and the lead poisoning that's going on in Indiana.
To wrap up our show, Evan Marinofsky is here with his first sports desk of the year about last night's Red Sox game against Tampa Bay. All that and more on Flyer News. Good morning, FHS, and welcome back to another installment of Flyer News. I'm Alexine Bruno.
And I'm Patrick Cassidy. Today is the first day of September, a day 4 with periods running A, C, D, E, F.
Donald Trump recently traveled down to Mexico to talk to their president, Enrique Peña Nieto, who disputed Trump over the wall payment discussion.
For more on that, we have Colin Dowdy.
Yesterday, Republican candidate Donald Trump traveled to Mexico to meet with Mexican President Enrique Peña Nieto, which is a move that has been heavily criticized by many Mexican citizens. Trump made this trip down to Mexico as secretly as possible, in contrast to his typical high-profile workings. On top of this, there will be no questions from reporters allowed, which is a smoking gun for Trump's lack of willingness to accept criticism. Trump's campaign advisors have been suggesting that he would not back off on his notion to build a physical barrier between the United States and Mexico on Mexico's dollar, which is another harshly criticized move from the presidential candidate. This meeting seems especially odd, considering the Mexican president's previous comments comparing Trump to Adolf Hitler. Additionally, Vicente Fox, the former Mexican president, commented that Donald Trump is not welcome in Mexico. We don't want him. There was a protest by Mexicans who opposed Trump. However, they were still greatly outnumbered by journalists and reporters, which made for a somewhat disappointing protest. The Clinton campaign was also quick to attack the trip, saying, "It certainly takes more than trying to make up for a year of insults and insinuations by dropping in on our neighbors for a few hours then flying home again. That is not how it works." Regardless, this visit to Mexico obviously does not mark a change in Trump's attitude and campaign platform. This has been Colin Dowdy reporting for Flyer News.
This past Monday, longtime Hillary Clinton aide Huma Abedin announced her separation to former Congressman Anthony Weiner, who has been caught in the middle of multiple sexting scandals that have surfaced to the public. Back in 2011, Weiner found himself in hot water after accidentally tweeting an inappropriate photo, soon after claiming it was a hacker, because that was the best excuse he could come up with. Eventually, though, he did admit he was responsible and claimed he was terribly sorry. However, not sorry enough, as history repeated itself in 2013 at a press conference. With his wife beside him, he admitted to exchanging sexual pictures online. At the time, he was running for mayor of New York City, a race which he refused to drop out of, eventually taking 5th place. You might think that that's the end of it, but no, it's not. Everything happens in threes. As just a few days ago, new reports of a sexting scandal surfaced about the ex-congressman, this time with provocative photos of Anthony alongside their sleeping baby. The next day, it was announced by his wife of 6 years, Huma Abedin, that she was leaving her husband and was doing what is best for her and her son.
On Tuesday, August 30th, the Los Angeles Police Department and R&B singer Chris Brown were locked into a standoff at the performer's Tarzana home. The reasons for the standoff were because he allegedly threatened a woman with a gun. The woman claimed that Brown aimed a gun at her, which led her to flee in fear. It took hours for Chris Brown to open the doors as the LAPD waited there surrounding the house. During the standoff, 27-year-old posted many videos on social media claiming that he was being unfairly demonized by the police. Brown was later arrested on suspicion of assault with a deadly weapon, but he was later released from jail after posting the $250,000 bail, according to the Los Angeles County Jail records. This is not the first time that singer Chris Brown has had run-ins with domestic abuse allegations, as the performer continues to live his life, making him appear as a villain in the industry.
A family living in East Chicago, Indiana, is furious after finding out their home of 6 years has extreme amounts of lead, and they were never informed. Chantel Allen, a mother of 5, found out recently that the Department of Health had tested their yard for lead back in 2014, yet she only found out recently when a Department of Health official showed up on her doorstep, claiming some of their yard contained lead levels up to 66 times above the lead limit. What's worse is her children, ranging from 4 to 9, regularly played out in the yard, exposing them directly. Allen said they show all the signs and symptoms of having lead poisoning. They have fevers, chills, they vomit. I've taken them to the emergency room a number of times. The family, along with hundreds of others in the area, are promptly being relocated to safer homes.
Last night, the Red Sox faced off against the Tampa Bay Rays as they look to make their final stretch into the postseason. As they grabbed a big win, Evan Marinofsky has more on the game with the new episode of Sports Desk right now.
Good morning, Framingham. I'm Evan Marinofsky, and welcome to Sports Desk, where I'll give you all the updates on Boston sports from the night before. You'll see me on your TV screens a few times a week. Yesterday afternoon, the Red Sox played a rare 1:35 p.m. game against the Tampa Bay Rays to complete a 3-game series. And just from the warm-ups, Xander Bogaerts looks as if he's got something planned, and in the bottom of the first, we see what that is: a home run deep to left field and over the monster to tie things up at 1. But in the top of the second, Logan Forsythe takes Stephen Wright deep to left to make it 3-1. But in the bottom of the fifth, don't worry, because Hanley hits a mega ding-dong high and deep to left and gone for his 7th career grand slam to put the Sox in the lead. But leave it up to Junichi Tazawa to blow the lead in the 8th, as Logan Forsythe hits one up the middle to tie it at 6. But on the flip side, never fear, because Aaron Hill is here, as he bloops one into right to plate Hanley Ramirez, and then later in the inning, Jackie Bradley Jr. rips one down the line to plate Brock Holt. JBJ had a home run earlier in this game, and you guys know the deal. JBJ doing JBJ-like things. The Red Sox will go on to win 8-6 and take the series from the Rays. The Sox improved to 74-59 on the season and sit 2 games back of the Blue Jays for first in the AL East. In other Red Sox news, they just called up number 1 overall prospect Yoan Moncada. With Travis Shaw struggling of late, Moncada may be the team's solution at third base. As you can tell from the picture right behind me, Moncada is an absolute freak of nature. That's him working out. When the Sox first got him, his comparisons were Yoenis Cespedes and Yasiel Puig. His realistic comparisons, though, were to Popeye, Superman, and the Incredible Hulk. The Red Sox don't play tonight, but will kickstart a 6-game West Coast road swing that starts in Oakland on Friday night. First pitch at 10:05 p.m. You can catch that one on Nesson. That's all for today, guys. So therefore, have a day in which the Large Father would be proud of.
Before the end of this show, we have to pledge the flag.
Today we have Rita and Valeria here to lead us.
Take it away.
Please stand for the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning. Today is Thursday, September 1st, a day 1 with periods running A, C, D, E, F, and that's all for me. More announcements. Good morning.
Hi.
So good morning, everyone. Just to state that today is Thursday, but we will not be having our first international meeting, and the international meeting will be held next Thursday at 2 p.m. in B210. Thank you.
Please come. It'll be a lot of fun. It's really chill. We just hang out and stuff. So yeah, next Thursday, B210 at 2 o'clock. Thank you.
Morning.
Good morning.
Could we please have the Model Congress promo?
Model Congress.
So today we have our first meeting of the year. It's going to be in the library closed classroom, not F204, and it's going to be at 2:15. So if you're interested in it or if you want to learn about it, I'll be happy to see you there.
Hi guys, we're from Drama Company and we have our first meeting next Tuesday at 2 p.m. in the auditorium. If you're already a member, bring a friend, everyone's welcome, and we'll be having pizza after.
On Wednesday, we have auditions for our fall musical at 2 o'clock in the auditorium. We're doing You're in Town, and it's going to be a fun time. So come on out, bring a friend to auditions and the meeting. It'll be a good time.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Great. It's a long week this week, isn't it, for our first week
5
back?
days.
Yeah. I'm going to start by reviewing the shelter-in-place drill. If you hear an announcement that we have a shelter-in-place, please remain calm. The very first thing that will happen is that your teacher will close the classroom door, and then you're going to proceed on with the lesson. All students need to remain in the classroom during that shelter-in-place until further notice.
Okay. Hoy vamos a seguir con la rutina de refugiarse en el lugar. Cuando ustedes escuchen, cuando algún maestro diga o la directora diga por el micrófono, refugiarse en el lugar, ustedes tienen que seguir todos los procedimientos y seguir las instrucciones que los maestros les digan. Como ayer repetí, los maestros cerrarán las puertas y por favor mantengan la calma siempre. Gracias.
Thank you. Just a few more announcements. Today is the sophomore assembly that will take place at 8:30. Juniors, you can begin applying for parking now. You should not be parking until you have been assigned a tag after that lottery takes place. All student parking spaces are numbered, so you shouldn't be parking in any space that doesn't have a number that matches your tag. If your parking space, seniors, if your parking space is taken, if somebody has parked in your space, please take a picture of that person's license plate and then park in an unnumbered spot and then immediately go to the grade office to report the situation, and we'll get that car towed for you. Library is open after school, and beginning next week on Tuesdays and Thursdays, the library will be open for extended hours until 4 o'clock. And that's it for me.
All right, period A.
Unfortunately, this podcast has come to an end.
If you wish to watch again, tune in at 5 or 7 o'clock on channels 8 Comcast, 15 RCN, and 41 Verizon Fios.
You can also check it out on demand under the FEC TV tab on the Framingham High School website. I'm Maxine Bruno.
And I'm Patrick Cassidy. Have a great day, FHS.